Are we back to a George Bush era type thinking where the US and Israel think that they can kind of reshape the region to suit their interests?
I think certainly the Israelis, I think, are believing that now, that this is their opportunity to permanently alter the balance of power in the region and gain a free hand to complete the project of a greater Israel. They're going to, try to destroy Hamas, destroy Hezbollah, uh, weaken Iran, weaken the rest of the so-called axis of resistance. And while the United States is distracted and divided, do as much as they can on the West Bank as well. So they see this as, I think, a moment where you can sort of alter history permanently in their favor. And I don't think it's going to work. I mean, despite all of the tactical successes and achievements you've seen over the last year or so, as well. As I said a moment ago, the Palestinians are being given no alternative, and there's no evidence that they're running up the white flag and going to accept their fate. Hamas is not defeated yet, and even if it were, new resistance organizations are going to be formed. Similarly, Iran has not given up, is continuing to resist, and dropping bombs on Iran is not going to win its population over and being more supportive of Israel. Same is true in Lebanon as well. Israel's increasingly isolated on the international stage. And again, something that is not commented about enough. Well-educated Israelis who have alternatives are starting to leave the country in substantial numbers. And it's hard to get hard numbers on that, but they're clearly up from where they normally are. And I think most of the Israelis who have left are probably not going to go back. Surveys of Israeli expats suggest that most of them, upwards of 80%, have no real intention in going back, which means that Israel is losing the better educated people that are driving its economy, have been manning the armed forces, et cetera, and will increasingly be controlled by the sort of religious extremists we see increasingly in charge of Israeli policy. And as a long-term approach, for building a prosperous and stable society, this is a disaster.